Good morning. Welcome to Fort Lee Athletics on YouTube Live. Sam Cooperman with you as Fort Lee Wrestling squares off against Dumont. The Huskies of Dumont coming off a 39-33 dual meet victory in the opener last night hosting Bogota. And the Fort Lee Bridgemen enter 1-1 after they... And they were able to square off on Thursday with Bergenfield and won 48-30. And then on the opener on Tuesday, 48-21, fell to Ramsey. We start at 113. It's Aiden McKenna for Dumont and Patrick Rendon for Fort Lee. Fort Lee Bridgemen in the black singlets and the brown with the stripes for Dumont. Lou Riccardi, our official. And we get two for the takedown early on. Patrick Rendon in attack mode. Looking for a reversal, it's McKenna, but he can't get it, and looks like Rendon is getting after it early. The junior 1-1 on the year, lost against Ramsey, and got the pin in 23 seconds in the Bergenfield victory. Looked like earlier he had a shot to get some back points, and here's some right here. Riccardi down on the mat, and he calls it. He calls it 39 seconds in. That's a pin for Patrick Rendon, 6-0 Fort Lee. At 1:13, in 39 seconds, Patrick Rendon gets the party started for the Bridgemen as they try to top Dumont. Friendly reminder for those watching at home, the top score is the bounce score and the bottom score is the team score. So when you're looking at the scoreboard graphic on the screen, just make sure you keep that in mind as we go to 120, where you won't get to see any wrestling at 120, as Dumont's battling a lot of COVID restrictions right now, just over a week out of quarantine as a team, and they don't have anybody at that weight class, so Greg Hadulis goes to 3-0 by way of forfeit. The junior got a pin in the Ramsey match and then 9-7 decision on Thursday. And he moves to 3-0, and the score goes to 12-0 in favor of Fort Lee. And let's do this again at 126. This may be a recurring theme this morning from the way things shape up between these teams. Ryan Armstrong for Fort Lee, unopposed. He gets the dub. It's 18-0 all of a sudden, and the Bridgemen, within about a minute and change of us starting here, are out in front. For those that don't watch wrestling as much, ultimately the dual meet score does matter, but it's about getting your kids ready for the postseason. That's what the season really builds up to. So you always have to keep that in mind. Each match, whether the final score is a lot to a little or it's a tight one, factor in the fact that these kids are just building up each and every day. Sam Herr at 132 for Fort Lee. Squares off against Jeremy Cazada. Dumont with the Detroit Tigers-like emblem out there on the front of the singlets. Again, Dumont in the brown stripes and Fort Lee with the black stripes. It's got FL on the back. Herr 1-1. Some hand fighting early on. Not much there. Cazada tried to chop in on a single leg. Let's see if we get a stalemate call soon. Not looking likely as Cazada switches to a double. Can he put him over the back? Good fight from Sam Herr here. Minute gone by, opening period, and we might get two very soon. There it is. Lou Riccardi, his first match since reffing in Atlantic City in the 2020 States, makes the call. Cazada, freshman, looking for more, and it's over. He gets it. Dumont with the pin. 18-6, the dual meet score, and Jeremy Cazada is on the board. He gets the pin, does the freshman for Dumont. And we'll have a recurring theme. I mentioned the forfeits, 138. The same will happen here. Dumont was supposed to have Jimmy Scarella in action. Last year, a region qualifier, but he's caught up in the restrictions, so you wish him the best, whatever is going on there. Meanwhile, Fort Lee's Matthew Jung gets to have his arm raised, and he gets the dub. 18-6 moves to 24-6, and the Bridgemen have a wide margin between them and Dumont. And here for Dumont, we go to 145.
At 145 from Dumont,
Kyle O'Neill gets the call. And we will get a bout here. No, I beg your pardon on that. Forfeit at that spot. Fort Lee waiting to get Mateo Lopez in the fold. So that will go to the Dumont Huskies. Or so I thought. Looks like we will get a bout after all. No, that was 145, so the Huskies get 12, so Bridgemen up 24-12. So it's Yalowitz against Cetera. Yalowitz for Fort Lee, Cetera for Dumont. Cetera, 2018-19 freshman county champ, and he gets taken down to the mat early. Out of the circle they go. Yalowitz with the early takedown to take his score up 2-0. We haven't gone to a second period in any bout yet. Forfeits galore. And Fort Lee trying to stretch the lead as a team. Yalowitz looking to move to 2-1 on his individual mark this year. He was pinned in the opener against Ramsey in 3:05, and then in 1:15, he was able to record the fall at Bergenfield Thursday. Slither around on the mat. Can he keep him down? Nice reset there. Drives him down. Austin Yalowitz looking to flip him over. On his feet is Cetera, and they're off, and he still remains on top, does Austin Yalowitz. No, they're back up to neutral. He'll get the point on the escape. So it's 2-1 in favor of Yalowitz. Back in neutral they go. And that's two more. Yalowitz squirms in for the takedown, 4-1. Instructions being called out by both sides. Gerard Carroll manning the right side of the mat for Fort Lee. On the opposite side, Michael Rooney in his fifth year leading the Dumont Huskies. They're out of play. 23 to go here in the first. Fort Lee got victories by forfeit at 120, 126, as well as 138. Dumont was able to collect the forfeit at 145 moments ago. Pin at 132 by Jeremy Cazada for Dumont, as Yalowitz remains on top, and he will do so heading into the second period here at 152, and has a 4-1 cushion. It was the Cazada pin for Dumont, and then they recorded the forfeit victory at 145. So Dumont, after winning the disc flip, got to defer. And Fort Lee has Yalowitz choosing bottom, plans to earn an escape or a reversal quickly. Right now, still down, but he's in a good spot to twist this one and gain a couple points for a reversal here. And he does just that, 6-1. Yalowitz in the driver's seat in this contest against Zach Cetera, the junior who missed all of last year for Dumont. He gets to his feet. Can he break loose? Yalowitz lets him. That's another point, 6-2. Yalowitz tries a shot, and it's successful, 8-2. He lets him go, 8-3. Yalowitz is playing the points game here. He's looking for bonus points. Down to a minute to go in the second at 152. Gets him on the headlock. Can he flip around? Yes, he can. It's 10-3. Time ticking down here in the second at 152. Fort Lee in command of the match as a team. And Dumont trying to see their junior, Zach Cetera, bounce back here. And he looks kind of gassed right now. Yalowitz in command, 7-point lead. Lou Riccardi watching closely to see if there's a stall coming. He'll count back points instead. Now they're off the mat. Only got a 1 count in, so no points awarded. You need 2 seconds to get the 2 back points, and then if you can hold them 2 to 5, you get 3. Right here, Yalowitz on top. Seconds tick down. And we go to the third with Fort Lee in a position to earn some bonus points at 152. We started the match at 113, so we will end at 106, where there's an expected forfeiture on Fort Lee's part. So Dumont will pick up 6 points there if you're thinking long term. However, Fort Lee is expected to accrue another forfeit at one of the heavyweight spots, if not both. Dumont's got to fight back here, and there is another one for Yalowitz. 12-3 lets him up to go to 12-4. Austin Yalowitz in attack mode. Has the 8-point cushion for a major decision, which would give the team 4 dual meet points. Yalowitz on a single leg. He's in there. 2 more. 14-4 lets him right up. 14-5. Under 80 seconds to go. Yalowitz. Oh, nice ankle grab. He picks it, and he takes him down. 16-5. Same deal. He stretches his cushion here to 10. Can he get to that magic 15 number in the next minute? In on that left leg. Remain in play. And they're out of the circle. Instructions come in from Gerard Carroll. 51 seconds to go. Yalowitz looking for tech fall here. As the 10-point lead right now. Major decision looks to be in hand. Double leg lifts him up. 2 for the takedown. 18-6. Just needs some back points and he can finish this thing off before regulation ends. Working hard, under 30 to go. Tries for the ankle pick yet again. Cetera gets out of there. 18-7. 4 points to go, 10 seconds remaining. And it looks like it'll be a major decision, and a well-earned one at that. 152 goes the distance, but it was all Austin Yalowitz. 18-7 the final, a major decision as he wins by 11 points. (28-12) Bridgemen now. Fort Lee in command. If you're just joining us, a lot of forfeitures on both sides, and that will remain the case here as teams try to grind through an abnormal wrestling season as we advance to 160. So I apologize, and this is always the thing that happens with wrestling. That was not Zach Cetera. This is Zach Cetera. That was Michael Giles that went at 152. Cetera is here at 160. When you have the or, you turn your head for a split second and you might miss it. So that was Michael Giles that took the major decision loss. This is Zach Cetera taking 160 here. And Mateo Lopez is in at 160. Lopez's first match of the year. Coach Carroll wasn't sure if he'd have him ready, but Mateo Lopez is in action. The junior who wrestles at these middleweights, taking on Zach Cetera. Fort Lee in the black singlets, Dumont in the brown stripes. One forfeit and a pin for Dumont thus far. And here's a quick takedown, Cetera. Doesn't like being misidentified and letting us know it. Goes for the body, tries to bring him over. Lou Riccardi starts a count, but that's all he gets. Lopez face plants right now. Opening period at 160. Dumont in this dual meet needs to get some wins here at these middleweights, as that's potentially dangerous. Lou Riccardi snuffs that right out, and back to the middle of the mat we go. So I gave Cetera's bio at 152. Let's do it again at 160. Why not? Cetera was out last year, but in 2018-19 he was a freshman county champion, so there's high hopes for him from Coach Rooney. He got a pin in 120 in the Bogota dual meet last night over Benjamin Rivera, and right now holds a 2-0 lead here at 160. Just trying to grab the back of the leg here. What can he do with it? Lopez is flattened, but he's not in position of being turned over anytime soon. And it looks like the Bridgemen pick up a point. There was a warning the first time, and that maneuver that Riccardi didn't like, spotted it again, and he makes the call on Cetera. There's no objection from his coach, Michael Rooney, so just instructing his junior on how to properly function out there. Down to the end of the first at 160. Lopez remains on the ground, and it's 2-1. If this was a college dual meet, there'd be some big riding time accumulated there, but not a factor at this level. Lopez defers. Cetera chooses bottom. He's looking for a quick escape point or a reversal. Gets to his behind. Can he get to his feet? Lopez has some control for now. Cetera is almost out of there. No, not yet. Lopez, nice regrab. Tosses him around. Lopez is down 2-1 though. So Lopez at 160. The dual meet started at 113. 28-12 Fort Lee as we currently stand. And Lopez, the Fort Lee junior. He gets reversed. 4-1 in favor of Dumont. Cetera handling business here for the Huskies. Looking to go to 2-0 on the young season. It's a sprint to the finish during what was supposed to be the 2020-21 wrestling season. It's really just 2021, but all the Graps are just grateful to be out here. Happy to get the chance to practice, the camaraderie, everything that comes with that. Coach Rooney of Dumont speaks to the fun wrestling room they have there. A lot of times you'll see them playing handball before they start off their training in the room. Feels like a similar vibe here at Fort Lee. And that's what it's all about at this level as they bring it back to center. 40 to go in the second period. Dumont, a commanding 4-1 lead here for Zach Cetera at 160. It's a major decision before at 152. Austin Yalowitz of Fort Lee picked that up over Michael Giles. Forfeit at 145 for Fort Lee. 138, Fort Lee won on a forfeit by Dumont. At 132, it was Jeremy Cazada got the pin in under 2 minutes. That's the extent of Dumont's scoring thus far. Second comes to a conclusion. We go to the third. 4-2 now is the score. Choice is neutral here by Cetera. Or rather by Lopez, I should say. As Lopez deferred in the second. Tries to go for a leg grab, couldn't get in. Tries to drive a little harder now, does Mateo Lopez. Goes in for the attack. Nice counter by Cetera. Can he get around back? Not yet. Doesn't have body control. And now he does. 6-2 in favor of Zach Cetera of Dumont. Closing in on the final minute of the 160 bout. After not going past one period all the way up to 152, looks like we'll have back-to-back bouts that go the distance here, which is always fun to see. And right now, Mateo Lopez is in a little bit of trouble. He's got to work himself up. Cetera looking for bonus points as Dumont might desperately need him with some more weight classes potentially to forfeit in the upper weights. There is all that talk about potentially lessening the weight classes at this level. Right now, 14 of them. Certainly would help the smaller schools that have a limited roster pool to have less weights there. But then you also counter that argument with more weight classes, more kids get to wrestle. So look at it both ways. Right here, there's 10 seconds to go. Cetera gets a count in. He's looking for the pin here in the home stretch. Can he record it? No, he does not. But he gets the 3 to make it 9-2. And that still stays at a decision, 1 point shy of a major. But a win at 160 for Zach Cetera. And the Huskies move to 15 on their match score, down 28-15 still to this point. So we move ahead to 172. Wait on the official announcements before we give off any more names. Here's Devon Turner and Daniel Govin squaring off. Turner, a junior, last year split his time between 138 and 145. 172 is a big jump up there. Meanwhile, Govin, one of the more talented wrestlers on this Fort Lee team. 2-0 thus far. Got a win via decision in the opener in the loss against Ramsey. And pinned Alejandro Ramos on Thursday night. Here he gets knotted up early with Turner. They back away and eye each other down. Govin, honorable mention all-conference wrestler last year and also starting middle linebacker and left guard on the football team, which, of course, requires him to have his weight fluctuate between seasons. Here at 170, he settles in. Turner, a 5-2 decision last night against Andrew Vargas of Bogota. Minute gone by, no score in this bout. Turner gets in on a headlock. Can he get around back? That left leg is in a good spot. And Govin is able to sneak in there for 2. Daniel Govin accumulates the first points of this bout. And we're down under 30 to go in the first. Govin trying to find some wiggle room here with top position. It will be Turner's choice into the second. Govan in a great spot. It might not get that far. Back points and a pin. It's over. 7.8 to go. And that's 6 for the Bridgemen. Daniel Govan's second pin of the year. 34-15 is the score. Fort Lee on top. We advance to 182, and Govan, quite a move he pulled there in the home stretch of the first period, pinning Devin Turner. And we'll see what happens at 182. A number of wrestlers weighed in at both sides from there. And Dumont makes their choice.
At 182 from Dumont, 8 Graham. Fort Lee, Stefano Hadulis.
So it's Stefano Hadulis against Aiden Graham. Graham is a guy who's finally getting a crack at the lineup as a senior for Dumont in the brown singlet. And in black, Hadulis, 1 point away from going to states last year, and he immediately shows why. Gets a quick takedown and lets him up. He's trying to turn this into a high-scoring affair. 2-1 lead, swift move, strong takedown, 4-1. I mean, I've never wrestled, but I can't imagine it's a good sign when the other guy's just letting you up and going after you like this. Hadulis knows the drill. Senior has pins in 115 and 122 through 2. Ankle pick brings him down 2 more. 8-3 for Hadulis. Only wrestled about 50 seconds here. Now he's picking his move. Back points and a pin. It's over. 107 to go in the first. Third pin for Stefano Hadulis. That was tough. Just took 53 seconds for this one. 40-15, Fort Lee in cruise control. We go to 195. See what both sides have in store at this weight. I believe Arsham by Ramey, the freshman for Fort Lee, will get the nod. Glenn Roy, Jr. for Dumont, will go at 195. Again, with all these absences in the lineup for the Huskies, Coach Michael Rooney is kind of limited at what he can do, and it's Arsham Bairami is out there in black for Fort Lee. 40-15, Bridgemen lead here at the fort. Bairami tries to get in on a move, miscalculates. Can Roy make anything happen with that? He doesn't, as the two hand fight a little bit. Get themselves situated. Here's Roy, takes a shot. And he's keep his toes in. Just needs to get that toe drag to make a move here and record a takedown. No, they're off first. Lou Riccardi runs a tight ship here, and he brings him back into the middle. .34 seconds in at 195. We started at 113. And I'm not positive, but I believe between the forfeitures upcoming, this could be the final bout of the dual meet. Each coach will have to make that decision for themselves, and here is the takedown from Roy. Glenn Roy, Jr. wrestled at 182 last night. Lost in a 4-3 decision to Kevin Flores of Bogota. And he's here this morning, bumping up a weight class. Gerard Carroll giving out his instructions to Arsham Bairami. He was pinned in the opener, and then won via pin in the second one. And it's over here at 195 with 33 seconds to go. Glenn Roy with the pin. And it's 40-21 in favor of the Bridgemen, but Dumont gets the pin in 1:33. 3 weight classes to go. As mentioned, might be 3 forfeits, and then we'll see if we get some exhibition matches in there. If I'm wrong on the forfeits, I'd gladly take that L on my tab, because you love to see some good wrestling. But the reality is, teams have to do what's best for their individual wrestlers, and if it's a younger guy that hasn't gotten to wrestle very much, you want to make sure they keep their love of the sport, and just getting tossed around by a senior wouldn't be great. Dan Ramos goes in unopposed. Gerard Carroll looks over, says, no, we're not sending anybody out at this weight. That's 6 more for the Huskies. But Fort Lee is going to do the same at 285, so that evens out, as that makes the score 46-27. Efremov unopposed, a freshman, just starting out, and hope good things to come for him. Puts on the singlet, weighs in, easy day's work. Maybe we'll get to see him in an exhibition, not sure. Then you go to 106, where Zach Lizzie will pick that up for Dumont. So they get 6 more points, but that's not enough for the dual meet score, as 46-33 is the final. Coaches discuss if they're going to have anybody else take the mat. I know for Fort Lee, Jasmine Yalowitz is set to wrestle tomorrow in the county tournament for girls wrestling. And looking to see if anybody will come out here. But the varsity dual meet is concluded. 46-33, the Bridgemen take it, and certainly a lot of ways to look for the most impressive performance. But for me, I would go 2 ways. One, we'll go with Patrick Rendon, who started it off with the pin in 39 seconds. And 113, that gave Fort Lee the lead, and he really never looked back. And then you bump up to 182, where Stefano Hadulis was impressive. Just absolutely cannibalizing his opposition, and he got it done within a minute. So wait and see. They're just getting everything accounted for. So we do have some JVs coming up after all, just waiting to see who it is. And looking forward to giving them their proper due here as we wrap up this morning's broadcast. But this is a fun one. Fort Lee coming up on the 25th at Westwood. On the 30th, head to Pascack Hills. And then on April 1st, back here to host Cliffside Park with a 5:30 flip of the disc. Dumont on the other side at Ramsey on the 23rd, so just a few days away from that. 25th, they host Pascack Hills, and on the 27th, welcome in Cliffside Park up in Dumont. Our first JV match. See how many we get here. Not announced, so we'll just say Fort Lee and Dumont and see how each side do. Reminder, Fort Lee in the black singlets there, and Dumont with the browns. Early hand fighting here, this JV match. And you certainly have to love this part of the sport too, because you have younger guys, in a lot of cases, just trying to find their footing within wrestling. And especially in a year where there's very limited training due to all these COVID restrictions. Get them every little bit of mat time you can. And no better time than right now when everybody's tested, everybody's socially distanced until they get inside the circle. So let them get after it for a few minutes. Have some fun and try to get yourself figured out. As here's a nice scramble, but it amounts to no points. Under a minute to go here in the first in this JV matchup. From the looks of it, we'll have one more after this, just as far as guys lined up on each side. Around back, it's a Fort Lee takedown. Final seconds here of the first. Looking for some back points. No, he can't whip him over. Now he can. Nope. Just half a second on that shoulder blade. First is a wrap. Quick disc flip. It's Dumont choice, and Coach Michael Rooney says he's going to take bottom. Really like the way Lou Riccardi conducts business. Very on point, timely, gets it done, no delays. Once we start, and we move rapidly. 2-0 lead for the Bridgemen. The Dumont JV wrestler chose bottom. His coach gave him that instruction. Maybe he wants him to work on coming out of that position. Or he's confident he can pick up an escape point quickly. Fort Lee, however, with other ideas during this JV matchup here. Good body control from the top position. Ball and chain are the instructions out from the side. Fort Lee's side, waiting to see him collect some back points, but they haven't seen that yet. And the second has come and gone. We go to the third. Choice by Fort Lee is the bottom position. Looking for an escape point there. 2-0 lead in hand at the moment in this bout. One more JV match to come up, but 46-33 was the final at the varsity level. That moves Fort Lee's record to 2-1. And he does get the reversal here, 4-0. Strong control, 30 to go. And I believe this is Gabe Jimenez, freshman. I just heard him say Gabe, and that's the only Gabe on the roster, so I'd venture to say that's who's wrestling, Jimenez. He's 1-1 this year at 170. Didn't go today, but wrestling here, and definitely some things to like about him. Just seeing the way he goes about his business. Gabe Jimenez picks up 4-0 win in this JV match. Decision for him. Quick handshake. And off the mat he goes, but he's frustrated because he was looking to collect some more points there. He was in a spot where he knows he could have picked up more, and give him time, he will. One more exhibition match here. Meanwhile, on Dumont's side, they're getting ready to pack up their things and head home. It's been a busy 24 hours for them. They had their opening dual meet last night and then come here to make the trip to Fort Lee and hope not to get stuck in traffic on the way. So that's a lot to happen in a little amount of time. Again, Dumont in the brown singlets. Ooh, I really like these from Fort Lee. Got the bridge pattern on the back, the Bridgemen, self-explanatory. Two longer wrestlers going at each other. Good reach on both sides. Just some pushing and hand fighting early on. Nice swipe, but he couldn't get there. Nobody up on either sideline. This likely is going to spell the end of today's activities. After this JV match, but good one for both guys to get some work in. Almost got in on a body shot, did Fort Lee's JV wrestler, but Dumont has its guy plop him down for two. Dumont Huskies 1-1. But here might be a JV pin. There it is. Forceful. Nicely done. Wish I could give a shout out to Dumont's individual wrestler. I don't have that in front of me. But the tip of the hat to him. Did that within one period. That's how this one checks out. We're all good. All in a day's work for Lou Riccardi. That was quick, Lou. I love that. I think that's the perfect way to wrap this one up. Big shout out to Jordan Sarnoff, our producer, Dimitri on the PA, Mike Raftery, the athletic director here. In the fort, getting things done, the Fort Lee Bridgemen moved to 2-1, and they pick up the dual meet win 46-33. My name is Sam Cooperman, signing off on Fort Lee Athletics on YouTube Live as the Bridgemen pick up the dual meet win here on this Saturday morning. So long and have a great day.